Welcome back. You're joined with Breakfast with Profit. We also have a very special guest with us this morning, Dr. David Nordfors, the Senior Research Scholar at the Stanford Center for Innovations in Learning. Welcome, Dr. Nordfors, here at NDTV Profit. Innovation journalism, throw some light on what it is and what kind of studies do you do and what it actually is.
Right. Innovation journalism is journalism covering innovation, and it's about covering the innovation process and the ecosystem that makes innovation happen, where it happens. And we are right now bringing together journalists from different countries, from different beats, with an interest in reporting on innovation processes to try to bridge business, technology, science, politics, to catch the whole process and give a good picture of why does innovation happen. And I think that this will bring good benefits to society and make journalism very influential in the field of innovation.
Right, David, when it comes to innovation journalism in India, it's a new concept. Give us some examples of what really innovation journalism has done in, say, the developed world. How does it lead to a positive impact on how the companies plan for their R&D and how they market and have a business plan going for their innovation?
Well, first of all, I understand that you do have some innovation journalism in India. You have, for example, this program Innovative India, which seems to be an excellent program to me, because it shows that it's not only about high-tech, it's actually about introducing new ideas that create new value for people. And so it's not only about technology. And what's happened in the 90s in the industry is actually that one is bringing together the technology development and the business development in earlier and earlier stages. Companies like IBM, Bell Labs of AT&T, Xerox PARC, their big research labs are basically closing down, and they're much more going for developing the tech and the business at the same go. So we started by saying, why not see what happens if we can join the business and tech beats? And that's what's happening also in journalism a lot. What
are some of the most fascinating innovations that you've come across while doing this research?
I think it's pretty fascinating what's happening with music right now. I think that there you can see when the CD record first came, that was a technology innovation. This was in the end of the 70s. In the 80s, it hit the market and it started selling more than the LP, but it didn't change the business model. But when the MP3 came onto the internet, everything changed. Copyright changed, business model changed, technology changed, and everything mixes with each other. So you can't look at only the tech or only the business or only the copyright.
The music industry was one of those sectors that has taken a boost from innovation journalism, you would say? Would it be the MP3 or the iPods of the world?
Well, I think it can become much better, actually, because the music issue got big in the news first when the lawsuits started to come, and Napster was sued and so forth. And I think that if journalism would have covered this story earlier, because everybody knew it was coming, perhaps focus of society would have been put on the copyright issues and the possibilities and how to create a future rather than the fights in the courtrooms. And I think that would have been very constructive for society, and it would have given journalism lots of good attention, lots of good stories, and a leading role in society.
Right, David, when it comes to India, we've seen a boom in the news media. We've seen many newspapers and television channels coming up. Usually we see a lot of bad news as the news we usually carry in, not so much on what is the positive work being done. What do you think is do you think the atmosphere is ripe for India to now get into Indian journalists to look at innovation as something to report about? And what would they need? They would need some help to be able to do this. What do you think is required?
Well, I think there's required a bit of a change in mindset, and to realize that it is a different thing to report on innovation than on the traditional news beats. And I think also that there will be a more mix of positive and negative stories, because, you know, popular science, technology news is usually positive, right. Political news is usually negative, business news follows the moods of the market. And I think that the innovation news will have a mix of all this and the best components of all of it.
This is your first trip to India, David.
Yes.
Are you enjoying it?
I'm enjoying it very much.
Right. Thank you so much for joining us on Breakfast with Profit. I hope you had a pleasant time. It's great having you over here.
Thank you.
And the other one thing that you can do if you can't get the tickets to the movie is try and catch up on that novel. I've read that novel and it's a very nice, poignant story about an Indian American trying to fit in. Maybe you can do that if you can't catch the movie. But you stay tuned to NDTV Profit. We'll keep updating you with all the latest from the business world.
Countdown coming up next. Keep watching. Thank you for watching.